TuneTalk came about on the back of, I suppose, the potential that AirAsia could provide a telco service provider. The idea is really to become a travel SIM for the ASEAN territory, which includes all 10 ASEAN countries, and potentially anywhere that AirAsia lands in. Tony Fernandez, being our biggest shareholder, of course, had the vision to implement this when he set up AirAsia all those years ago. In terms of collaborations with other brands or other companies, we have quite a few actually. We have a number of tie-ups with companies such as Bank Islam, for instance. Bank Islam, wonderful partners. We'll give you 18 months free airtime of 5 ringgit per month if you sign up with their credit card and with TuneTalk. We do have collaborations as well with 99 Speedmart, with Tiger FC. We're very open to collaborations, and we're very open to co-branding our SIM card. If you look at TuneTalk SIM cards, you might find certain SIM cards which look a little bit colorful. Ethica Insurance. All our subscribers, if you hold a TuneTalk SIM card and you spend a minimum of 30 ringgit a month, you are covered for 100,000 ringgit free PA insurance, and that is underwritten by Ethica Insurance. Our priority has always been to create the ecosystem within the Tune group, and that includes AirAsia, Tune Money, and Tune Hotels. For instance, with Tune Money, we are working a system right now to be able to transfer money between 2 Tune Money credit cards using mobile USSD functionality. As well as that, you will be able to top up your TuneTalk airtime if you have a Tune Money card, which will pull money from your card and straight away convert it to airtime. For Tune Hotels, if you walk into Tune Hotels now, you'd be able to find a TuneTalk availability there. So you could pick up your SIM cards there. There's a number of things you could do. We're the cheapest. That's one of the unique points. We are the simplest to understand. Our proposition is very simple. 16 cent flat rate, no hoops that you have to jump through. That's number one. Number two is we'll give you free insurance. Number three, we'll give you free AirAsia flights. And number four, when we do get through with it, hopefully when our plan for Singapore this year in Q3 is to launch a roaming bypass solution. So what you do is you effectively go from Malaysia to Singapore, but you won't have to take your SIM card out and put a Singtel SIM card in, or put an M1 or a StarHub in. You leave this SIM card in your handphone. When you cross over the border, you will make local calls at local rates, and you'll receive local calls at local rates. And that's the proposition that we're coming. That is our unique proposition for our customers. That's always been our plan, to become the ASEAN travel SIM. And once we enable Singapore, we will then enable Indonesia, then Thailand, Philippines, Brunei, and all the rest. At the moment, we are available roaming, but we are roaming on AirAsia, on Celcom's bilateral roaming rates. Bargain hunters, value hunters. If you ask me who is our target demographic, that's the same as asking AirAsia who their target demographic is. A wide variety of people who are looking for savings. And in this day and age where we have financial crisis, every corner we turn, people want to cut down their roaming rates, their mobile rates. We can cut your bills by 50% easily. And people who are with us, they feel it. But the thing is, it takes a long time to educate people in the market. It would be great if we could be considered the money saving scheme. For instance, a lot of when people need to save money, they stop flying MAS and they start flying AirAsia. Perception-wise, AirAsia saves them a lot of money. Well, that's true of all the Tune companies, to be honest. The roaming. Right now, we are roaming on Celcom's bilaterals. But you know, that's normal roaming rates. Our idea is to localize roaming region-wide. Aside from that, of course, the AirAsia points. No other mobile service provider gives you an AirAsia point system. So we're trying to provide that to our customers. It's not easy. It's taken some time, and Rome wasn't built in a day. But every day we progress. We become more operationally efficient. We introduce new services, and we create new products. We need to be constantly innovative in this game. You can't stop for 1 second, because our biggest competition comes from the likes of Digi and Hotlink. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. Their revenues are huge. The only weapon that we really have to fight is our product. if we can't make this cheaper than the rest, if we can't make this better, then we might as well not be in this game. And I say that, of course I say that boldly, because I have to believe that we can maneuver ourselves to become a better product. Because if we weren't able to do that, then we wouldn't be doing our job. And we wouldn't be competitive, and we would probably lose out. But there is room for us and scope for us to do that because of the miseducation in Malaysian mobile sphere. Our penetration right now is 112%, which means that a lot of Malaysians have two phones, two handphones, or even three. So there still is room to grow, though, we believe. There's still room to grow in many segments, particularly the migrant segment, students, kids coming of age, and of course, because we are linked to the low-cost, king of low-cost, Tony Fernandez. I believe subscribers are giving us a chance. We've activated about 870,000 as of today. Subscribers who have actually given our SIM card a chance. So that in itself is, I think, testament to the fact that the Tune brand is out there. It's recognizable as being able to offer people a great alternative in terms of value. So we came into the market and we are able to offer the lowest flat rate in the nation. Now, how can we, a small company, offer that? With great difficulty, but it does mean that it does make the big boys think. How can we differentiate our product? We are trying constantly to find ways of differentiating in terms of free areas of flights, things like that. So imagine you're an Indonesian coming to Malaysia, and you think to yourself, well, I want to be I want that extra coverage in terms of insurance. Join TuneTalk. When I finish my tour of duty in Malaysia and my contract runs out in 2 years, I got to go back to Indonesia, to Medan. Well, maybe I would have accumulated enough points to fly back. Not as yet. I think generally we don't have to, because if any SME said, okay, let's get the cheapest deal out there, they may find that we are pretty competitive with our 16-cent flat rate. I don't know, I haven't really been looking at that, but we're not competing against the postpaid segment, and probably not as heavily focused on SME at the moment. A lot of people say telco, red ocean, but like I said, the lack of education in the market kind of makes it a blue ocean as well. Really, it's about education and informing subscribers, making it very clear to them what the product is and what the benefits are. So I do believe that it is really up to us to make this work, to make people understand what the product is, and eventually they would start subscribing to our service. Like I said, it is tough because the difficulty is to cut through the billion ringgit worth of advertising for the household names. We found that MCMC has been supportive of new players in the market. There is natural competition at many levels. I mean, we spent $500,000 ringgit when we launched on point of sale materials, and all our dealers were asked to take it down, or they would lose their accounts with all your household names. To an extent, yes, I do believe so. We have a limited spectrum, and if you look at, I don't know in the context of 3G whether it was really an issue, except for the fact that Digi didn't get a 3G license based on whatever ownership issues that the government said they had. They weren't fully locally owned; they're owned by Telenor. They just went and acquired the 3G license and bore it off. So why should you buy TuneTalk? Quite simply, it is the lowest flat rate in Malaysia. It will probably cut your mobile bills by 50%. Right now, you are paying for prepaid double of what we would charge you. With us, you get to win some cool areas of flights, and you'll be covered for personal accident insurance for 100,000 ringgit. We already had someone claim 100,000 ringgit for a car accident. And aside from that, we eventually will come up with the roaming bypass solution, which will allow you to travel to places like Singapore and Indonesia and not have you change your mobile SIM card to enjoy local rates. So there's a lot of cool things that we're coming up with. We're going to have AirAsia points soon. Next couple of weeks, we're going to launch AirAsia points, which means you can accumulate points and eventually you will be able to change them and exchange them for flights. So we are here for you. We're here to support you, and we do hope you will support us.